side. The backcourt for Wayne State has been introduced. That's Kyle White, the 5'9" sophomore out of Chicago, and Billy Patterson, the 6-foot junior, also out of Chicago. And now to be introduced is Dan Anderson. He also hails from Chicago, so a trio from the Windy City. Dan is a 6'5" sophomore, and he's the leading scorer on the ball club right now, averaging 15-2. Getting his first start, and it might be his first start ever, is Steve Spadsky, the sophomore out of Omaha Gross. He's 6'4", and the other starter will be Terry Maylou. He's a 6'8" sophomore from Glenwood, Illinois, averaging 9'4". So we have 4 of the 5 starters will be from the state of Illinois. The Cats will be in the gold tonight, again with the black and white trim, while the Vikings will be in the basic red with the white trim. Again, your officials working the ball game tonight are Colin Capitan, along with Randy Schaefer and Jim Johnston. The Cats in the gold will be moving from north to south, which is right to left, as we watch the action here from the stage at Rice Auditorium. Plenty of room if you're not disabled. We'd invite you to come out here. And, of course, we want to say hi again to our landlord and good friend Leroy Simpson, recovering from knee surgery, unable to be here tonight, but going to be along Mike's side to listen tonight. Well, here's the tip controlled by the Vikings, and actually the ball was hit on the way up by Terry Maylou, so the ball will go to the sideline where the Vikings will play it in for the first time. The big guy, Wilty, will put it in play. Bounces in the backcourt to Jackson, who's picked up by White. Jackson along the left side, left of the circle, puts up a long three-pointer. It's short, rebound of the floor. Corsi feeds it back off to Collins from the left of the lane. He hands to the sideline to Corsi, who comes out front, shovels it right to Collins, who's guarded in there by Billy Patterson. Out front it goes to Tigner on the left side to Jackson, top of the circle to Collins, around the right side to Wildy, the big guy, guarded by Dan Anderson. In it goes to Tigner, and Tigner gets the first 2 points of the ball game. He was down deep on the right side. That's where Kramer got a lot of his the other night. Wayne State trails early 2-0 with the ball. Skratsky, right sideline, right of the circle. Out front it goes to Billy Patterson against the man-to-man. Patterson in the right-hand corner to White. White brings it back out front to Patterson, around the left side to Skratsky. He looks into Anderson, lays it up from the left side, no good. Rebound taken by Maylou, lays it up from the right side, good. Terry Maylou with the offensive board. We're tied at 2. Jackson races into the forecourt, shovels it baseline to Tigner, knocked out of bounds by Billy Patterson. Good defense by Billy, who is celebrating his birthday today. You're in tune with KTCH AM and FM in Wayne, Nebraska. We're tied at 2. We've played a minute and 2 seconds. Jackson will inbound, does so to Corsi, looks into Wildy, the big guy left of the lane, shoots it over Anderson, good, about a 12-footer. Wildy with the basket, and the Vikings lead 4-2. Up court, Billy Patterson on the left side, left of the circle, backs to the sideline with the dribble, still has it as he brings it out front. To Skratsky, long three-pointer from out front is no good, but he was fouled. Skratsky is fouled on the three-point effort, so he'll be shooting 3 free throws. You don't see it all that often, but Steve will be shooting 3 free throws. Wayne State trails 4-2 with 18:40 left to go. The foul was on the big guy, Wilty. That's the first foul of the ball game. Skratsky puts him up there left-handed, the sophomore out of Omaha Gross. The first of 3, short and off to the right. Wayne State will play at Winona State on Wednesday. They'll be home next Saturday night, both men and women, against Southwest State of Minnesota. Skratsky's second free throw, same position, short and to the right. Well, let's see if Steve can go 1 for 3. Cats trail 4-2, early going here at Rice Auditorium. Third one, and that one is no good. The ball is tipped out of bounds, last stats they say, by Wayne State. So Steve missed all 3 of the free throws, and the Vikings in red inbound to Jackson. Jackson hooks it off to Collins on the left side. His long three-pointer, too strong. Rebound taken by Skratsky, and it may be over the back. Skratsky may be hooked with a foul, and he was on Steve. That's his first foul, first team foul. 18:32 to go in the half. The Vikings will inbound baseline right of the basket. Jackson underneath, hit the backboard, so that's a violation. Tried to get the ball to Tigner, but it hit the back of the backboard, and Wayne State will play at the length of the court, north to south. Maylou finally gets it into Kyle White after faking a long pass up court. White walks it across the dividing line. Wayne State trails 4-2. White out front right, loops it into Malu, who's in the circle right. Couple of dribbles, hooks it on the left side to White. His long three-pointer, no good. Rebound Tigner, and we have pushing underneath, and that could be a foul against one of the Vikings. Could be on Tigner. No, the foul is going to be on Wilde, and that is his second, so that means that Fossbender, who is a probable starter tonight, will get in early. He's a 6'6 freshman out of Omaha West Side. Wayne State will inbounds from the right of the basket. Skratsky looking way out front to Malu. Around the left side, Billy Patterson. Three-point range. Shot is up and good by Billy Patterson, a three-pointer. Wayne State has taken the lead 5-4 as the Vikings move it south to north, left to right as we watch the action. Here on the right side, ball knocked out of bounds by Skratsky right into the Wayne State bench. Vikings will play it. Collins will put it in play from down below right in front of us. Slaps the ball, looks for somebody, gets the ball into Corsi in the right-hand corner, loops it underneath, intercepted by Anderson, ahead to Patterson. Patterson racing from the left side, goes into the paint, tried to lay it up, but he was grabbed on the way to the basket. Billy Patterson with good hustle. And the foul is going to be charged against Collins. That'll be his first third-team foul as Greg Ryan checks into the lineup now for Wayne State. He's a 6'7 sophomore out of Omaha Gross, and Terry Malu will come to the bench. 17:54 left to go in the first half. Wayne State with a 5-4 lead, and Billy Patterson will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Cats are 0 for 3 at the line as Skratsky missed all 3 of his attempts just moments ago. Billy Patterson celebrating his birthday today, the 6-foot junior out of Chicago. His first free throw is out, so Wayne State is 0 for 4. Right now at the free throw line. They lead by a point, 5-4, 17:54 to go in the half. Patterson's second free throw rattled around, then dropped in. Wayne State up by 2. They'll put on full court pressure. Tigner, a long pass up to Fossbender in the forecourt, and he stepped out of bounds. Fossbender caught it in the yellow across the way, and that is out of bounds. Turnover against the Vikings. Skratsky will put it in play in the backcourt to White. Wayne State up 6-4, 17:50 left to go in the half. White out front on the left side, looks in, gets it into Ryan, back to the basket, hooks it on the right side to Skratsky from the right of the lane, 12-foot jumper, no good, rebound Fossbender, clears it away to Jackson. Jackson loops it on the left side to Collins. Collins stops, 12-foot jumper, no good, rebound tipped out to White, 3-on-2. White in the middle. White still has it. White goes for the basket, lays it up, good. Nice move by Kyle White, who carried it up to the basket. 8-4, Wayne State up by 4. The Vikings play with it in their backcourt. Tigner will lead the ball to Jackson, who's picked up by White at center court. On the right side, Corsi. Corsi right of the lane, puts up a 17-foot jumper. No good. Rebound, Billy Patterson. Long pass up to Skratsky. Skratsky has the ball kicked out of bounds. He was knocked away by Corsi, and then Skratsky almost kicked it all the way out to the street. Coming in now for Wayne State is Rollman. John is the junior out of Humphrey. Rollman making his first appearance of the night as Dan Anderson comes out. Tigner will inbounds, does so to Corsi. Picked up in the backcourt, gives it to Jackson, who's guarded by White. Wayne State up 8-4. We've played 3 minutes. Jackson gives it to Corsi out front right, guarded by Skratsky. He's at three-point range, right of the circle, moves to the left of the circle with the dribble. Still has the dribble at the sideline, goes to the left baseline, looks in. Now he's pinned down and finally bounces it out to Collins, to Jackson. Long three-pointer. Jackson rims out. No good. Rebound Skratsky. He's in trouble. Clears it away to Patterson on the right wing. The Cats have it. Long pass underneath to Ryan. Lays it up and in. A beautiful pass to Ryan. And the Cats lead at 10-4. Vikings bring it from south to north. With the ball, Corsi, right of the lane, has to swing back out, guarded by Skratsky. Hooks it to Tigner near the top of the circle, guarded by Ryan. Tigner gives left to Collins, guarded by Patterson. Collins looking for help, loops it in now to Fossbender, and Fossbender, he is fouled or pushed off. I'm not sure which. I think he pushed off. He did. Fossbender pushed off. That is his first foul, 14 foul against the Vikings as Mitchell, Parks, and Clark check into the ballgame now for Wayne State. Wayne State leads at 10-4 with 16-10 left to go, and somebody called a timeout. It was the Vikings. We'll take one as well. We'll be back after these words from our KTCH sportscasters.
Rod and the staff from the Little King Taco Stop in the Dearborn Mall in Wayne invite you to visit the next time you eat out in Wayne and bring the whole family.
Look for excellent sports coverage in the Wayne Herald. Support your hometown paper that supports your hometown teams. Subscribe today to the Wayne Herald.
When you need wrecker service, contact D&N Phillips 66 Service at 7th and Main in Wayne. Call D&N at 375-4420.
Desher's Appliance in downtown Wayne is the place to buy your General Electric home appliances. For all your GE products, it's Desher's Appliance in Wayne.
For life insurance, health insurance, annuities, or mutual funds, it's Wayne Financial Services at 305 Main Street in downtown Wayne.
Serving Northeast Nebraska for the past 80 years, Ballantyne's Furniture in downtown Norfolk has all you need to make your home a showplace.
Back to action we go. The Cats have it in the forecourt. Omar Clark around the left side to Nate Parks. Parks back out front to Mitchell. Holds the ball over his head. In it goes to Roman. Turnaround 12-foot jumper is no good. Rebound taken by the Vikings. Up court it comes down to Tigner. Tigner hooks it left side. Collins lays it up from the left. No good, but he was fouled. So Collins driving is fouled on his way to the basket. And the foul is going to be charged. And let's see, it's on Mitchell. Mitchell picks up his first personal foul. And we'll have action at the free throw line as Collins will go to the line. He had 30 points last year in the ball game against the Cats, looking for his first 2 points of the ball game tonight. Ryan is out, and back in is Terry Malu. Collins is 6'1" junior out of Omaha Burke. First free throw is right through the bottom. He stands about 6 inches behind the free throw line, so that's his distance, 10-5. As the net is partially entangled. As a matter of fact, looks like there's a bad strand on the north basket, but I don't think they're going to halt play for that tonight. All right, Collins is set for the second one. And that one is off, no good. Rebound, Terry Malu clears it away to Omar Clark, being chased by Jackson on the right wing. Omar Clark almost has it tied up by Jackson and finally does. Omar having a little bit of trouble controlling the dribble. It'll still be Wayne State's ball, however, as the arrow points in that direction. Parks will inbounds, does so right-hand corner to Mitchell. One dribble back out front to Omar Clark. Man-to-man being used by the Vikings. Wayne State leads 10-5. Mitchell out front around the left side to Parks. Loops it into Malu. Turnaround 10-footer. Short. Rebound taken by Tigner. Leaves it for Jackson. Long pass to Collins. Right side to Corsi at three-point range. Out to Tigner. Working the perimeter. Left side now Jackson. Guarded by Clark. Gets around him. Leaves it for Collins. Long three-pointer from the corner. No good. He gets his own rebound. Goes into the paint. Shovels it underneath to Tigner. And let's see. Did he travel? Yes, he did. Tigner with a fake. Chris walked before he got the ball down at the court. 10-5, Wayne State by 5. We had a very fast first half last Saturday night. It was 60-55 at halftime. I don't think we'll have that here tonight. Omar Clark out front right. Top of the circle to Nate Parks. He shovels it right to Mitchell. Has the ball knocked away. Battled for, and let's see, it'll belong to the Vikings as defensively it was knocked away by Babbitt, who's now in the ball game for the Vikings. Babbitt slopped that ball away. Turnover, Wayne State. In the backcourt, Corsi is chased by Mitchell, comes across the dividing line. He's on the right side. Out front to Tigner. Left side it goes to Babbitt. Babbitt left of the lane, shovels it in the corner to Jackson. Head fake, feeds it underneath to Babbitt. He laid it up, no good. It was partially deflected. Rebound Tigner, and he is clobbered by Mitchell. Mitchell picks up his second personal foul. 14:37 left to go in the first half. Rather low-scoring affair right now. 10-5. Wayne State up by 5 as Tigner goes to the line. Chris is the 6'6 junior out of Kansas City. He'll be shooting 2. Dan Anderson in the ballgame. Rollman comes out. Billy Patterson will go in for the Cats, and he will replace... He'll replace Mitchell. Mike Mitchell, a 6'4 junior out of Iowa City. Tigner at the free throw line to shoot 2. He has a basket for his only 2 points of the ball game. 10-5, Wayne State up by 5. Tigner's first free throw right through the bottom. 10-6, Wayne State leads it by 4. 3-8 in the year. The Vikings are 7-8. Wayne State will play at Winona State on Wednesday. Second free throw by Tigner, good as well. Moved nothing but the net. Pressure put on by the Vikings. Maylou running the baseline, gets it into Clark. Clark hurries into the forecourt, goes for the basket on the right side, feeds it underneath to Patterson, lays it up and in. A nice pass and a nice basket by Billy Patterson, who has 6 points, and he also draws a foul, and the foul will be on Tigner, and that'll be his first. Greg Ryan back in for the Cats, and Terry Maylou will come out. Billy Patterson 1 for 2 at the line, has 6 points, going for 7. Came into the ball game averaging 11 points a ball game. Wayne State up 12-7, 14-31 to go here in the first half. Billy's free throw rolls around and then drops in. Wayne State leads at 13-7. They put on pressure in the backcourt. Babbitt works his way through, slaps it ahead now to Fossbender, who bounces to Corsi. Corsi to Fossbender, lays it up and in. Fossbender from the left side on a nice fast break for the Vikings. 13-9. Omar Clark right of the circle, loops it in underneath. Anderson lays it up and in. Nice pass to Anderson from the right side. 15-9, and here come the Vikings in a hurry. Corsi goes into the circle, hooks it left side, intended the pass out there for Babbitt, but it goes into the cheerleaders. Wayne State cheerleaders turnover against the Vikings. 15-9, Wayne State by 6 with 14:06 left to go in the first half. The Vikings will not press now as the Cats put it in play, moving north to south. Omar Clark left side, it goes to Billy Patterson facing the basket. Out comes Greg Ryan, and now we have a foul away from the ball. That's going to be a foul on one of the Cats, and that could be on Omar Clark. We'll have to wait until they flash it up on the board. Yes, it is on Omar, and that is his first foul, 14th foul. Cats press. Tigner bounces it in the backcourt to Corsi. They'll try to trap him in the backcourt, Anderson and Parks, but he comes across the dividing line on the right side. Looks for help, gets it from Fossbender to Jackson. Calls for play 4 around the left side. Long shot by Babbitt. Air ball laid back by Fossbender. No good. Rebound, Billy Patterson. Cats race the other way, a 5-on-4 as Fossbender had fallen down. Nate Parks, three-pointer outside, won't go. Deep rebound on the right-hand corner to Omar Clark. He lost the ball. It's taken now by Babbitt. Racing in along the left side. He's left of the lane. Now let's see. We have a foul as he tried to pass it to Corsi. And that'll be a foul on one of the Cats, and the foul will be on Billy Patterson, and that'll be his first on Wayne State, their 5th team foul, as Kyle White checks in for Omar Clark for Wayne State. 13:24 left to go as the Vikings will inbound baseline left to the basket. Jackson looking, gets it in sideline to Corsi. Corsi feeds it out front to Fossbender on the right to Jackson, guarded by White. Jackson looking in, still looking in, still looking in, still looking, and finally on the left side gives to Babbitt, far left-hand corner, to Corsi. Long three-pointer is good. Corsi buried one from the corner. 15-12, Wayne State's lead is down to 3. Kyle White goes into the paint, backs off, down, comes back out front. Around the left side to Nate Parks. Long three-pointer. Good by Nate Parks. Buried that one from the left side. 18-12. Wayne State up by 6 as the Vikings race into the forecourt. Corsi swings to the left sideline with the ball. Still has the dribble. Comes out front. Moving left to right. Bounces right side to Babbitt. Guarded by Parks. Goes for the basket. And let's see. He was clobbered on the way to the basket. Babbitt is a freshman out of Emerson, Iowa. Mitchell is in. Patterson comes out, and the foul was on Anderson. That's his first. That is the 16th foul against Wayne State as Babbitt goes to the free throw line to shoot a couple. 12:34 left to go in the half. 18-12. 18-13 as Babbitt got the good roll on that free throw. We'll have as our guest at halftime head football coach Dennis Wagner. Terry Maylou gets set to come back in for Wayne State. Second free throw, he buried that one right in the bottom. 19-13 as Maylou is in, and Greg Ryan will come out. 18-14, Wayne State up by 4 with 12:34 to go in the first half. Vikings put on some pressure. White in the backcourt has a little bit of trouble, but swings it in along the right side. Shovels it left of the lane to Park. Short jumper off the glass, won't go. Rebound off of the head of Babbitt, goes out of bounds, and let's see, we're going to have a foul underneath on one of the Cats, and that could be on Mitchell. It is on Mitchell, who commits his third foul. Mitchell has been hooked with 3 fouls already. That was the 7th foul, but they're not shooting the free throw. I believe that was the 7th foul, although we may have one too many for Mitchell. Ball lost out of bounds by the Vikings as they played up court against pressure. Brad Ewing now checks into the ball game, the freshman out of Wayne High School. He comes in. Mitchell goes to the bench. Parks will inbounds from the far side opposite the lane. Gives it into Kyle White, who brings it out front now. It's like a zone defense more or less now for the Vikings. White gives left to Ewing. Looks in, a couple of dribbles, shovels it back to White. Right side to Nate Parks. Long three-pointer is short. Rebound laid back by Malu. Good. Terry Malu had the ball drop right into his hand. 20-14, Wayne State by 6 with just under 12 minutes to go in the half. With the ball in the backcourt, Jackson, bothered by White, comes across the dividing line out front. Out front on the right side, comes near the sideline, still has the dribble, looking for cutters. Bounces to Babbitt near the right-hand corner. Back it goes to Jackson. 14-footer from the lane is good. Jackson gets his first 2 points of the ball game. 20-16. Nate Parks, right-hand corner, loops it into Anderson. Turnaround short jumper is good. I don't know if it's going to count or not. There was a foul, and the foul is on, well, let's see. The foul is going to be on Tigner. That is his second, as Wilde comes back in the ball game for Wayne State. Rather for Dana. Billy Patterson comes in for Wayne State. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll not be a shooting situation. I've got the Vikings for Wayne State for 7 fouls. However, they did not shoot the free throw moments ago. Let's see what's going to happen. It'll be at the south end where Brad Ewing will put it in play from the left of the basket for Wayne State. Cats are up by 4, 20-16. And it goes Billy Patterson to White. Long three-pointer from the left. No good. Rebound. Grabbed off by Corsi, who races in along the left side. Corsi still has the dribble. Here to the right side to Jackson. Jackson, short jumper from the right side is no good. Laid back up and in by Fossbender. Fossbender with the rebound and the basket. It's now a 2-point game on the drive. Brad Ewing, and he is fouled on the way to the basket by Babbitt. Babbitt picks up his first foul, and Brad Ewing, the freshman out of Wayne High School, will go to the free throw line for a couple of pops. Wayne State's lead is down to just 2 points. And Brad Ewing can up that a little bit. Brad at the free throw line, 6 of 10, 60%. First free throw right through the bottom. Brad's first point of the ball game. Wayne State up by 3, 21-18, 11-10. Left to go here in the first half as Rollman will check back in for the Cats. Second one is good. 2 substitutions as Collins will come back in the ball game for the Vikings. Anderson comes out for Wayne State, and Babbitt will come out for the Vikings. Vikings will have to play it south to north against full court pressure. Wilde running the baseline, shovels it into Jackson. Ahead it goes to Collins, back to Jackson. Jackson, they try to trap, but he gets it to Wilde around the right side. Corsi, long three-pointer, short. Rebound on the floor taken by Brad Ewing. One dribble to White in the middle. White leads the charge, feeds on the right side. Billy Patterson, long three-pointer. Good. Billy Patterson. 25-18. Now a bad pass turnover against the Vikings against the pressure. 25-18. The lead is now up to 7. As Brad Ewing will inbounds, Omar Clark will come back in at the next whistle for Wayne State. 25-18, Wayne State up by 7. White bounces left side, Billy Patterson, baseline, feeds it into Rollman, short jumper from the left, won't go, rebound, Ewing throwing up and in. Brad Ewing. Here come the Vikings, down by 9 on the drive is Corsi, and it'll be an offensive foul on Corsi. The other night, Bemidji State had about 6 offensive fouls. Corsi picks up his first foul. Wayne State has scored the last 7 points to take a 27-18 lead. Brad Ewing is out. White is out. On the floor now for Wayne State, you have Rollman along with Skratsky, Patterson, Omar Clark, and Terry Malu. 27-18. Wayne State up by 9, 10-20 to go. Clark on the point. Has the ball between the circles, feeds it right to Patterson, who backs up near the center line, feeds left now to Clark. They spread it out underneath Rollman. Goes for the basket, left-hand layup. It is no good, but he's clobbered on the way to the basket. And the foul will be on Wilde, and that is his third, I believe. Greg Ryan back in the ball game for Wayne State. Wilde picks up his third foul, and going to the free throw line will be John Rollman. Rollman will shoot 2. John, of course, is the junior out of Humphrey. Don't know if he's been to the free throw line much at all this year. Let's check it here in a minute. His first free throw is no good. He was 3 of 4 prior to that missed attempt. 27-18, Wayne State up by 9. They could up the lead to 10 here. Lead was down to 2 not too long ago. Second free throw by Rollman is good, and the Cats lead it now by 10, 28-18. Putting on pressure against the Vikings. They have trouble getting the ball in and finally do so. They have some substitutions in the ball game. Now we'll try to pick him up as Brzezowski is in the ball game, and now we have we're going to have a foul charged on Skratsky as the Vikings bring the ball up court. Skratsky's second foul. In the ball game now, you have Brzezowski is in the ball game, and also in the ball game is Chad Anderson. And at the free throw line is Fossbender. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. He has 2 baskets for 4 points. First free throw is good, so he earns the bonus. Wayne State is up by 9, 28-19. Second free throw is good. Both of them good by Fossbender. Cats lead it by 8. Up court it goes, knocked away by Fossbender right into the Viking bench. The ball will still belong to Wayne State. 10 minutes exactly to go here in the first half. Wayne State up by 8, 28-20. Skratsky looking in, finally gets it into Omar Clark. Back it goes to Billy Patterson. They loop it out front to Clark. Round the left side against the zone. Billy Patterson, cross-court right to Skratsky, who shovels the ball right into the hands of Brzezowski. Here come the Vikings. Brzezowski feeds it on the left side to Collins. Now they'll set up the offense. They bounce it left side, intended for Fossbender. A bad pass out of bounds. Turnover against the Vikings, and Wayne State will play at the length of the court. Wayne State up 28-20, 9:35 left to go in the first half. Omar Clark against the zone, dribbling out between the circles, moving to the left, bounces it to Billy Patterson. In the lane to Ryan. The ball is loose, but Ryan gets it back, shovels it to Clark. Clark on the drive, lays it up from the right side, no good. Rebound on the floor. Skratsky, short jumper, good. Steve, who is a left-handed shooter, got it from the right side, his first 2 points. Wayne State up again by 10. Here's the 3-point shot by Brzezowski is good. Brzezowski hits the 3-pointer. It's a 30-23 ball game. Clark in the lane shovels it to Skratsky. The ball is loose on the floor and out of bounds and going into the Wayne State crowd at the south end. Who was that who really got pushed around? That was Chad Anderson. Anderson is all right. He's from Emerson right here in Nebraska, not too far down the road. He's a 6'7" freshman. Nate Parks in the ball game. Skratsky comes out. Anderson is in. Rollman comes out. 30-23. Wayne State up in the ball game by 7. They'll inbounds from the left. Left baseline. Out front it goes to Billy Patterson against the zone. Patterson dribbling to the right side. At the sideline gives to Parks. Parks one dribble back to Patterson. Left side Omar Clark. And it goes to Anderson. Feeds underneath. Bad pass intended for Ryan. Turnover Wayne State, 30-23. Cats up by 7, their biggest lead 10. With the ball in the backcourt, Brzezowski in the middle to Fossbender. Fossbender across the dividing line. Dribbling out front, they try to trap him. The ball is tipped away, taken by the Vikings, and now we're going to have a blocking foul, I believe, on one of the Cats. Foul is on Billy Patterson and picks up his second foul. And going to the free throw line will be Brzezowski. Nick is a sophomore out of Omaha. Not sure which high school he played at. Maybe we can look at another list here and find it. He played at Bryan High School in Omaha. Brzezowski goes to the free throw line. He's a sophomore, 6'1". He'll be shooting 1-and-1. He has a 3-pointer for his only 3 points of the ball game. Free throw is up and right through the bottom. Free throws are keeping the Vikings in this. They've made 3, 5, 8 of their 24 points have come from the free throw line. 30-24, Wayne State up by 6, 8:34 left to go in the first half. You're in tune with KCTCH, AM and FM. As Brzezowski hits the second one, it's a 5-point game now. Vikings have scored the last 5 points. Greg Ryan shovels it right to Parks. He shovels away in the left-hand corner to Patterson, goes baseline, goes underneath, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. So Wayne State will play it baseline left to the basket. Wayne State up by 5, 30-25, 8:22 to go in the half. Clark gets it in on the left side, back out front to Patterson, back to Clark. Cross-court right to Nate Parks, back to Patterson, long three-pointer. Going to be short rebound, laid back by Parks, right into the hands of Nate. He has 5 points, and Wayne State leads it by 7. In the backcourt, Corsi being bothered by Omar Clark. Has about 3 seconds to get it across the dividing line. Does so to Przowski, to Fossbender. Cross-court left to Collins. His long three-pointer, good. Collins. They left him loose long enough. He hit the three-pointer. It's a 4-point game, 32-28. With the ball, Ryan, left side, Nate Parks. Cross-court right, Billy Patterson. Patterson backs off, gives it the sideline to Clark. Bounces out front to Patterson against that zone. Patterson backing up with a dribble near the center line at the right sideline, gives to Omar Clark. Bad pass, an uncontested turnover right there against Wayne State as the ball went out of bounds. Anderson will inbounds to Przowski in the backcourt. 32-28, Wayne State by 4. Przowski being hounded by Parks. Collins now kicks the ball into the backcourt, and that should be over and back, and it is. Dribbled it off his foot, and it went into the backcourt. There's an uncontested turnover against the Vikings. Maylou is in. Ryan comes out for Wayne State. 32-28, Wayne State by 4. 7:18 left to go in the first half. Wayne State led by as many as 10. Omar Clark to Parks, left to the lane. Back to Omar Clark, goes for the basket, lays the ball off in the corner, was knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. It'll still belong to Wayne State. In the right-hand corner, they'll inbounds it or near the corner. 32-28, Wayne State up by 4. Nate Parks gets it into Omar Clark. Clark swings to the left of the circle. Near the sideline to Billy Patterson, back to Clark against this 2-3 zone. Nate Parks to Clark. Clark out front left. Parks out front right. Long three-pointer. No good. Rebound taken by Patterson. Patterson dribbles out of trouble. Back out it goes to Clark in the lane to Maylou. Turnaround 15-footer. No good. And we have traveling called against Terry Maylou as Kyle White will come back in the ball game now for Wayne State. Dana will have to play the length of the court against pressure. Chad Anderson bounces it into Przowski. Back to Anderson. Long pass up court to Collins, still in the backcourt. He gives it back to Przowski on the right side to Corsi. Bounced underneath. Jump shot up and no good by Anderson. Rebound, battle for it. Now we're going to have a foul on Fossbender. Fossbender picks up his second foul as he and Terry Maylou battle for the rebound. 6:31 to go in the half. Wayne State up by 4, 32-28. On the court for the Cats, you have White and Clark, along with Patterson, Anderson, and Terry Maylou. And Terry Maylou will be at the line for the first time tonight. He has 4 points and a couple of baskets. Terry is a free thrower, 28 of 47, and the first one is short. The Cats will be shooting 2 from here on out since the Vikings have committed 10 fouls here in the first half. Terry shooting at the far end, puts it up there left-handed. This one, almost could be offensive goaltending, and it was. That ball looked like it was going to drop back in, but one of the Cats wiped at it and grabbed the rim. So offensive goaltending. Now the Cats will drop back on defense with 6.5 minutes to go. In the first half, they lead 32-28. Przowski in the backcourt gets it ahead to Fossbender, left side to Corsi. His long two-pointer is no good. Rebound, Billy Patterson. Cats go the other way. Patterson brings it in along the left side. Bounces out front to Maylou, right side. It goes to Omar Clark, short jumper, moving right to left, no good. Rebound at the baseline. Is it saved? Yes, it is by the Vikings. Fossbender to Przowski to Collins. Collins goes to the right of the circle, 17-footer. He buried it. He went to the court, but the shot was good. 32-30, a two-point game again. Wayne State had led by 10. With the ball, Kyle White fakes the three-pointer, bounces left to Omar Clark. Looking in, but dribbles it out front between the circles against the zone. Right-hand corner to Billy Patterson, back to Kyle White. Out front right, goes top of the circle, gives left to Clark. Back out front to White, right side to Patterson, goes baseline. Shovels it underneath to Dan Anderson and lays it up and in. A nice feed 34-30. Wayne State up by 4, 5:24 left to go in the half. Brzezowski, they trap him, but he gets it on the right side to Corsi. His 12-foot jumper from the right, no good. Dan Anderson with the rebound, clears it to White. White on the right side, goes top of the circle, moves for the basket, lays it up from the left side. Good. Nice change of pace there by Kyle White, who has 2 baskets for 4 points. The Cats are now up by 6, 36-30 with 5 minutes to go in the half. Brzezowski into the forecourt, right side, ball knocked out of bounds by Omar Clark. Rollman comes back in for Wayne State, and for the Vikings, they make 2 substitutions. Babbitt is in, and Tigner is in, and here comes Jackson. Jason also checks back into the lineup, and Brad Ewing in for Wayne State. 4:54 to go in the half. Wayne State up by 6, 36-30. Collins will inbounds from the near sideline, right down below us. Vikings in red from left to right, south to north here at Rice Auditorium. Collins slaps the ball, looking, bounces the ball into Babbitt. Guarded by Ryan. Babbitt is grabbed by Ryan, who commits his first personal foul, and for Wayne State, that is their 10th, I believe. So that means that the Vikings will also go to the free throw line to shoot 2 every time. Babbitt goes to the line. He's 2 for 2. His only 2 points of the ball game. 36-30, Wayne State up by 6, 4:52 left to go, first half. Babbitt's free throw is good. Vikings have made 2, 4, 7, 9 free throws. Babbitt is 3 for 3. Vikings are 7 and 8 on the year. The Cats are 3 and 8. Second free throw by Babbitt is good. He hit them both. He's 4 for 4. 4-point game. Kyle White hurries in along the right side. Bounces to Roman. Lays it up from the right. Good. Nice bounce pass to Roman, who gets his first basket. He has 3 points. Cats again by 6. 4:40 to go in the half. Jackson picked up. Comes across the dividing line. Bounces right side. Corsi. Baseline. Babbitt. Babbitt feeds it back to Corsi. His long 3-pointer. No good. Rebound. Collins. Lays it up from the left. Good. Collins with the offensive board in the basket. 38-34. Wayne State's lead is 4. 4:20 to go in the half. They try to trap. Ooh, I tell you what. I tell you what, Greg Ryan took one right in the face from Babbitt. It was unintentional, but he drilled him, but Greg seems to be all right. On Babbitt, that is his second personal foul, as Mike Mitchell checks into the lineup for Wayne State, and coming out will be Billy Patterson. Patterson has, let's see, he has a couple of 3-pointers. That's 6, 8. He has 10 of Wayne State's 38 points. And at the free throw line is Greg Ryan. Ryan will be shooting 2, has a basket for his 2 points. He's a sophomore out of Omaha Gross. First free throw, bounced high, bounced, and then goes in. Bounced high a couple of times, but it finally dropped through. Wayne State's lead is up to 5, 39-34. Greg shooting at the far end, the south end. Second free throw, that one he put right through the net. No question about that one. Cats up by 6, 40-34. Cats will pick up a little bit in the backcourt. Anderson guarded by White. Shovels it to Collins, still in the backcourt. They're going to have to hurry, and they don't make the 10 seconds. They didn't make it across the dividing line. Turnover against the Vikings as they took too much time getting the ball up court, and Wayne State will have it center court. Near sideline, Brad Ewing will put it in play. 4:07 to go. Wayne State up by 6. Brad looking, still looking, finally gets it into White in the backcourt. Vikings still in that zone defense. White out front being chased, swings to the left side. He's at 3-point range. Out front to Mitchell. Mitchell gives back to White. His long 3-pointer, no good. Rebound tapped up by Brad Ewing, won't go. Battle for Rollins had his hands on it, but now the Vikings have it. Collins at the left sideline. Gives the ball to Jackson. Jackson baseline, Babbitt, 10-footer good. Babbitt from the left baseline. His first basket, he has 6 points. It's a 4-point game again. 3:33 to go in the half. Mitchell left to the circle. Gives it right to White. Cross-court left to Ewing. Fakes the 3-pointer, bounces into Rollins. Short hook shot good. Rollins moving from left to right. 42-36. Wayne State again by 6. They kick the ball, stolen by White. White driving, lays it up from the right side. Good. Costly turnover against the Vikings. Cats are up again now by 8. 44-36 with a little over 3 minutes to go in the half. Corsi to Tigner. Rollins with the steal. Good defense by Roman. Not Rollins, but Roman. With the ball, Kyle White, left side. Mitchell goes baseline. 12-foot jumper and air ball taken by Collins. Up court it goes to Corsi. Corsi's 15-footer from the left won't go. Rebound Tigner. He's underneath, lays it up, no good. Rebound Ryan. Ryan clears it away to White. We race the other way. White in the circle. Has the ball knocked away, falls on it, tries to pass it to somebody. Last touch, I believe, by the Vikings. Roman needs a breather. He's got his fist up. Dan Anderson will replace him. Ryan comes out. His Malu is in. Wayne State still has the ball. Here's Omar Clark. He'll come in momentarily. Kyle White out front for Wayne State, up by 8. Three-pointer by Ewing, no good. Rebound on the floor, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cats. So the Vikings play at the length of the court nearly from the left back court. Kyle White is out for Wayne State. Vikings have it in the back court. Jackson picked up there by Omar Clark. Still in the back court. He has 5 seconds to get it across the line. Finally does. To Collins out front left. Guarded by Brad Ewing. Collins gets help out front from Tigner. Right side Jackson. Jackson overguarded on the left side by Clark. Cross court it goes. Long shot by Corsi. Three-pointer is no good. Tapped around. Taken by Babbitt. Babbitt from the right. His three-pointer won't go. Rebound Collins. Collins battles for it, and he's going to be fouled, and the foul will be on Terry Malu. Malu picks up his first foul with just 1:51 left to go here in the first half. Terry is fouled out of 6 of the first 11 games for Wayne State. Collins at the free throw line has 8 points. He has 8 of his team 36. He'll be shooting 2. Nate Parks getting set to come back in for Wayne State. Collins' his first free throw, drilled it. Parks is in, and coming out is Ewing. Billy Patterson is in, and Mitchell will come out. High school basketball tomorrow night. Laurel Concord playing at Wayne High School. Mike will have the call of that one for you. Collins, the 6'1 junior out of Omaha Burke, back at the line again. Second free throw right through the bottom. He's 3 for 4. It's a 6-point lead for Wayne State at 44-38. Omar Clark leaves it for Terry Malu. Long three-pointer won't go. A little bit too strong. Rebound stolen away by Collins. Collins hurries in along the right side, shovels the ball. It's kicked to the far sideline. And who will it belong to? It's going to belong to Wayne State. Thought they kicked it out of bounds. Collins did too, but the officials didn't see it that way. And Nate Parks will inbound from the far sideline as Dave Jensen tries to plead his case. Wayne State has a 6-point lead in the ball with 1.5 minutes to go in the half. Nate Parks faked the three-pointer, then gives it to Clark. Clark out front left. Feeds it right to Parks. Underneath it goes to Anderson. Short jumper from the right, no good. Malu missed the tip-in. Ball is finally grabbed by Tigner. Shovels it ahead to Jackson. Here come the Vikings. Jackson leaves it on the right for Corsi. 17-footer, won't go. Rebound Terry Malu. Bounces the head to Omar Clark. Clark in the middle, goes for the basket. Hooks it right side, Nate Parks. Long three-pointer, a little bit too strong. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Dan Anderson. 1 minute and a second to go here in the first half. Wayne State up by 6 as Greg Ryan will check in and Terry Malu will come out. Malu may have gotten a poke in the face. Cats putting on full court pressure. In the backcourt, it's Jackson who's picked up by Omar Clark. Less than a minute to go in the half. Jackson across the dividing line, shovels it left sideline to Collins, guarded by Patterson. Out front to Tigner between the circles. Hooks it underneath to Corsi, lays it up and in, and is fouled. A beautiful feed to Corsi, who gets the basket and also draws the foul. What a beautiful shovel pass that was underneath. 44-40. Wayne State's lead is down to just 4 points, and the foul was on Parks, and that is his first. As Corsi will attempt to complete the three-point play. Robb is a junior out of Papillion. 44-40. Wayne State's lead is at 4. They've been up by as many as 10, and the lead is now down to 3 as Corsi hits the free throw with 45 seconds to go in the half. Omar Clark pinned down. Right-hand corner, Parks loops it in to Anderson. He's in the lane. Short jumper, good. Nice jump shot by Anderson. 46-41, Wayne State by 5 with half a minute to go in the half. Jackson out front to Tigner near the center stripe, just hands the ball back to Jackson. Down to 23 seconds to go in the half. Corsi, front of the Wayne State bench. They try to trap him, but he gets out of the trap. Goes top of the circle. They may go for just one shot. They shovel it underneath to Jackson. They say it was knocked out of bounds by Omar Clark. Looked like it went off the hands of Jackson before it went out of bounds. 13 seconds to go in the half. Jackson will inbound baseline right of the basket. Does so to Corsi. Corsi spins around. He's at the three-point lane near the baseline. Ball tapped away. Taken by Clark. It's a race, and Clark stepped out of bounds on his way to the south end. So a turnover against Wayne State with 6 seconds to go here in the first half. The Vikings will get it at center court here on the near sideline. Collins will try to get it in play. 6 seconds to go. Collins slaps the ball, loops it into Tigner. Tigner backdoor pass to Collins, lays it up. It's no good. Rebound on the floor, and that'll be halftime. So here at halftime, your score is Wayne State 46.
Bob Nelson manages the M&H APCO station in Wayne at 6th and Main Streets. For gas, oil, and a complete convenience shop, stop at APCO Bob's.
Spring, summer, fall, or winter, make your life comfortable with the Lennox from Zoc Propane on the south edge of Main Street in Wayne.
Well, the second half is just underway. The Vikings have the ball. With the ball is Corsi, left-hand corner. Collins, three-pointer up, no good. Rebound tapped around, and who's going to control it? Taken by Collins, feeds it off underneath to Tigner, and Tigner is pushed as he tries to shoot it from the right side. Just underway in the second half. Foul is on Terry Malu. That is his second first-team foul of the second half. You're in tune with KTCH AM and FM in Wayne, Nebraska. Just underway in the second half. Wayne State leads at 46-41. At the free throw line will be Tigner. He'll shoot 2. As we mentioned, the Vikings 14 of 15 at the free throw line in the first half. They're now 15 of 16 as Tigner hits the first one. The only miss, Collins missed 1 of 4 attempts. 46-42, Wayne State up by 4, just underway in the second half. Second free throw is good. It's again a three-point game, 46-43. Malu gets it into Kyle White. White across the dividing line, Cats moving south to north. Billy Patterson goes for the basket. Short jump shot from the lane is good, moving right to left. Billy now with 12 points. Full court pressure by the Cats, who lead the scoreboard. We may have trouble trying to figure out now because not all the lights are on. With the ball is Collins. Collins in the paint. 10-foot jump shot is good. Collins with his 12th point. Wayne State has 48 points. Some of the lights are out. We may have some problems with the clock. Underneath, the Dan Anderson short jumper is good. Anderson now with 8 points. Let's see, the clock and the scoreboard working correctly now. It's 50-45. Jackson across the dividing line out front left, guarded by Nate Parks between the circles. Right sideline to Corsi, guarded by White. Corsi right of the lane, almost walked. Now feeds it off to Fossbender, lays it up and in, driving down the lane. Fossbender with his 8th point, 50-47, Cats by 3. Kyle White to Malu, right to Billy Patterson. Out front it goes to Parks. Parks back to Patterson. Patterson at three-point range, has the ball deflected, gets it back, goes into the paint, goes for the basket, stops, and let's see, walks with the ball. Turnover against Wayne State. Wayne State leads it by just 3, 50-47, led by 5 at halftime, 18:21 to go. Tigner gets it into Jackson, picked up immediately by Kyle White. Jackson starts up the court, still in the backcourt, comes across the dividing line, moves to the right sideline, hits for the right-hand corner, spins around, feeds it out front to Fossbender. Backdoor pass to Jackson, shot blocked by Anderson, but taken by Collins. His 15-footer is no good, but he's fouled by Billy Patterson. Patterson picks up his 3rd foul. 18:01 to go. Wayne State's lead is only 3, their biggest lead. They led by 10 points on a couple of occasions. Collins will go to the free throw line. He has 12 points. Wayne State 3-8 in the year. The Vikings are 7-8 as Omar Clark will check back in for Wayne State. Collins, the junior out of Omaha Burke, 12 points. Free throw up, He has 13. Vikings have missed only one free throw all night. Clark is in, White is out. Wayne State's lead is down to 2. We've played about 2 minutes into the second half. Collins shooting at the south end. Second free throw is good. It's a one-point game at 50-49 with 18 minutes to go. Omar Clark in along the right side, out front right. Hooks it around the right to Patterson down below us. The cutter is Parks. He's in the lane. Turn around 12-footer. Won't go. Rebound Fossbender. Clears it away to Jackson. Up court to Collins. Collins from the left of the lane. 12-foot jumper. No good. Rebound taken by Tigner. Tigner out to Corsi. He's got a two-pointer or a three-pointer. He missed it, and we have a foul underneath. And the foul will be on Billy Patterson. It is on Patterson, and on Patterson, that is his fourth. Billy Patterson picks up his fourth foul, and he'll give way now to Mike Mitchell. So Patterson, who has 12 points, will have to sit down for a while. Jackson will inbounds from the baseline left of the basket at the south end. Slaps the ball, gets it into Corsi. Corsi shovels it to Fossbender, bounces right side to Jackson. Jackson from the right of the lane, 17-footer, good. Jackson hits it, and the Vikings have taken the lead at 51-50. Ball is bounced into Anderson, short jumper, no good, and now we're going to have a foul on Terry Malu over the back. Terry picks up his third foul, and Wayne State now trails 51-50 with 17-17 to go in the ball game. Wayne State had a 10-point lead a couple of times in the first half. With the ball is Jackson. Jackson leaves it for Corsi out front right. Top of the circle, Collins. Collins shovels it right to Jackson, guarded by Clark. Goes baseline, carries up the shot, no good. Rebound slapped around, taken by Dan Anderson. Clears it on the left wing to Omar Clark. Clark left of the lane at the sideline. Bounces out front to Anderson, to Mitchell. Mitchell bounces it in to Nate Parks, and he is fouled by Jackson. Jackson picks up his first foul. That's the first team foul of the second half against the Vikings, who have the lead 51-50. They trailed 30-20 at one time, I believe. They were down by 10. Mitchell, right of the circle, three-point range. Couple of dribbles, cross-court left to Nate Parks, back out to Omar Clark. His long three-pointer, short rebound on the floor, taken by Corsi. And Corsi is almost knocked over by Parks, but no call. Collins fakes from the right-hand corner, drives the baseline, lays it up and in from about 10 feet out. And the Vikings have taken a three-point lead at 53-50. 16-18 to go. Left-hand corner, Parks drives baseline, lays it up, good. Nice drive by Nate Parks from the left-hand corner. Here come the Vikings up by a point, 53-52. Rollman will check in for Wayne State. Jackson at the right sideline still has the dribble. Right of the lane, looking for help, pinned down, gives it to Collins. Collins goes for the basket, lays it up, no good, and jammed home by Tigner. Tigner jammed it home, and the Vikings are up by 3 again, 55-52. Nate Parks goes for the basket right side, and he is fouled on the way to the basket. And the foul will be on Corsi. Corsi picks up his second foul. 15:42 to go in the ball game. Wayne State down by 3. Roman and Ryan in the ball game. Anderson and Malu are out. There's 6 guys on the court right now. Ewing will not come into the ball game right now, as Nate Parks will go to the free throw line. Nate has 7 points, and he will shoot 2 free throws. First 2 attempts of the night from the free throw line for Nate. It's going to be up, and it's an air ball. I tell you, Nate really is inconsistent at the free throw line. That ball came up about 2 feet short of hitting the front of the rim. Second one, too strong. Rebound on the floor to Collins. It's a 2-on-1 race. Collins in the middle. Collins shovels it off, laid up by Fossbender. Fossbender with the basket, and the Vikings lead by 5, 57-52. Omar Clark to Ryan, left to Parks, out front to Mitchell. Top of the circle, feeds it left to Parks, goes to the baseline, feeds it back to Roman, 15-footer from the left, no good. Ryan's jump shot from the left, no good. Rebound, Tigner. Ahead to Collins. Collins left to the lane. Still has the dribble. Goes into the paint. Shovels it to Tigner. Baseline jumper. Good. Tigner in the right baseline. And the Vikings are up by 7. 59-52 with 15 minutes to go. And the Cats want a timeout. 14:59 to go in the ball game. The Vikings by 7. We'll be back after these words from some of our great sportscasters. And may be rather sparse from here on to maybe the closing couple of minutes of the ball game. We'll just have to wait and see how head coach Mike Bruin plays it. Cats will have the ball. On the floor you have Ewing along with Ryan, Clark, Rollman, and Mitchell. Brad Ewing inbounds the ball to Omar Clark, who moves to the left. Looks out front right to Ewing, guarded by Corsi. They've gone to a man-to-man now. With the ball out front is Mitchell. Mitchell between the circles, spinning around, almost lost the ball. Feeds it in, turnaround jump shot by Ryan Good, about a 15-footer from the left by Greg Ryan. 59-54, Vikings with the ball and a 5-point lead going to the south end. Corsi right sideline, out front to Tigner. Around the left to Fossbender, 3-point range. Fossbender pinned down by Rollman and knocks the ball loose. It'll still belong to the Vikings. 14:24 to go in the ball game. Wayne State trails by 5 after leading by 5 at halftime. Collins will put it in play near sideline. Backdoor pass goes to Fossbender underneath, lays it up from the right side. It'll not count as he was fouled by Rollman before he got the shot away, and Rollman picks up his first foul. 14:24 to go, 59-54. Vikings up by 5. They'll inbound, baseline left to the basket at the south end. Jackson, left-hand corner, Fossbender brings it into the paint, carries the shot up. It's no good. Tipped around, taken by Ryan. Clears it away to Clark. Clark on the left wing. Goes into the paint, stops, lays it up. Good finger roll by Omar Clark. His first 2 points of the ball game. Cats trail by 3. 14:05 to go in the ball game. Collins in the lane to Tigner. Hooks it right side, deflected but taken by Corsi. Corsi at the right sideline, circle high. Up front, Fossbender left to Jackson. Hooks it left-hand corner. Collins, 3-pointer short. Rebound on the floor, taken by Omar Clark. Come the Cats down by 3. Clark puts up a 14-foot jumper. It won't go. Rebound on the floor, taken by Jackson. We race the other way. Jackson from the left side. Good scoop shot, no good. Rebound battle for out of bounds. Last touch by Tigner. Ball belongs to Wayne State. 13:33 to go in the ball game. Wayne State will play at the length of the court from south to north. Cats led at halftime by 5, but they trail here by 3. Omar Clark into the forecourt, picked up by Jackson. Vikings have gone back to a man-to-man. Here's a 15-footer by Clark, good from just to the right of the free throw line. Omar, second basket here, the second half. Cats back to within 1. Tigner has the ball slapped out of bounds, but it went off of the foot of Jackson. Good defense by Greg Ryan. 59-58, Wayne State could regain the lead. As Scott Wilde is in the ball game for the Vikings. He had 3 fouls in the first half. Here's a three-pointer by Omar Clark. It's short. Air ball taken by Ewing underneath. Tries to lay it up. No good. Rebound to Rollman. His turnaround jump shot. He is good. John Rollman with good hustle from the left. And the Cats have regained the lead at 60-59. Scored 8 unanswered points. Jackson at the right sideline goes baseline, puts up a 17-footer good. Jackson from baseline now has 6 points, and the Vikings are back in front, 61-60. 12:44 to go in the ball game. Clark left of the circle, out front to Mitchell. Mitchell feeds it right to Ryan. Turnaround 12-footer, no good, and he was fouled by Fossbender. We had to wait as the ball hit the rim and bounced up a couple of times. 61-60, the Vikings by a point, 12:34 left to go in the second half with 12:34 to go in the first half. Wayne State led by 4, 18-14. They trail by a point here as Ryan goes to the free throw line and he'll shoot 2. Greg in the ball game tonight is 2 for 2 at the line. Wayne State 3-8 in the year. The Vikings are 7-8. Cats will play Wednesday at Winona State, both men and women. Ryan's first free throw is going to be too strong. Well, he can still tie it up with the second one. Shooting at the basket at the north end. Second free throw, rolls around, falls off, rebound Fossbender, and it goes to Collins. Collins races in along the left side. Now he's picked up by Ewing. Heads for the baseline, then turns around, still has the dribble, bounces out front to Wiltie. Big guy, feeds it off left, Fossbender, 17-footer, no good rebound. Wiltie lays it up and in, and he's fouled. Wiltie, Johnny on the spot on the left side, picks up the offensive basket, and the foul will be on Greg Ryan, and on Ryan that is his second, as Wiltie attempts to complete the three-point play. The Vikings back up by 3, 63-60. Rollman and Ryan are out. On the court now you have Mitchell along with Ewing, Anderson, Clark, and Malu. And at the line is Scott Wiltie. Free throw is no good. That's the only second to miss. The rebound, Corsi. His jump shot right, no good. Rebound taken by Brad Ewing. Ewing clears it away to Clark. Cats down by 3 with a little over 12 minutes to go. Clark, top of the circle. Anderson feeds left to Mitchell, looking in but can't get it in. Gives it to Clark, driving the lane, and laid back up by Malu as the ball was lost. Malu grabbed the ball and put it in. I believe Omar Clark may have gotten poked on that when he's still on the court. Cats trail by a point, 63-62. Collins out front to Wiltie, the stocky guy. Right side, Jackson faked the three-pointer over Clark. Looking him right in the eye, heads for the right-hand corner, then bounces back out front to Collins at three-point range against Ewing, goes into the free-throw line, 15-footer good. Collins got it over Ewing, and again the Vikings lead by 3, 65-62. Clark, left of the circle out front to Malu, right it goes to Ewing, bounces into Anderson, right of the lane, turns around, little hook shot, no good, rebound Ewing, right of the lane, he puts it off the glass, good, nice hustle by Brad Ewing, who has 6 points. 1-point game again, 65-64 with 11:11 to go. Jackson left of the circle, three-point range in front of the Viking bench. Hooks it into the cutter. Corsi, jump shot left of the lane, no good. Rebound Corsi, had it slapped away underneath. Loose ball taken by the Cats, but now they say jump ball as Jerry Malu and Fossbender were battling for the ball, and the arrow points in favor of Wayne State. 65-64, Wayne State trails by a point, 10:58 to go. The biggest deficit for Wayne State, they were down by 7 with 15 minutes to go. White to Malu, left to Patterson, working the perimeter. Patterson at three-point range near the sideline. Back out front now to Skratsky, who's in the ball game, and he is fouled by Jackson. Kind of a foolish foul there on Jackson, way out front. Jackson's second foul. And that is the 14th foul of the second half against the Vikings. So Skratsky will inbounds, does so to Kyle White. White moving to the top of the circle, bounces right to Skratsky, loops it into Anderson. His short jumper from the right won't go. Malu with a rebound, lays it up, no good, tipped up again, no good, and finally it's loose in the court where Skratsky puts it right into the hands of Babbitt, who's in the ball game. Babbitt down the slot, bounces right side to Corsi, 15-footer good. Corsi from the right sideline is a point. Vikings again by 3, 67-64. Kyle White bounces in the lane to Anderson, short hook shot, good. Dan Anderson just hooked it over his head. Anderson with 10 points, 1-point game again, 67-66 with 10:05 to go. Collins, left of the circle, out front to Wiltie, the big guy. Stockily built, hands it to Corsi, out front right, gets a screen. Corsi goes to the baseline, lays it off the glass, no good, but it'll be a foul. Maybe before the shot was taken, but it'll be a foul against Wayne State. Foul is going to be on Dan Anderson, his second. 67-66, Wayne State trails by a point. No, it'll be a shooting situation for Corsi. He'll shoot a couple. The Vikings have missed only 2 free throws, as in the ball game now is Tigner and Wiltie. Scott Wiltie will come out. Corsi at the free throw line to shoot a couple. His first run is to the bottom. So he now has 9 points. Just going to try to see if they had the weight on Wiltie. He is stockily built. They do not. Second one by Corsi is no good, but rebounded Tigner. Gives it to Jackson. Jackson out front left. Looks into the lane. Hooks it left side to Babbitt. Underneath it goes to Tigner, but the pass is a little bit too high. He can't control it. Turnover against the Vikings, who lead by 2, 68-66 with 9:42 to go. Right baseline, Patterson goes underneath, reverse layup, good. Back in the ballgame, playing with 4 fouls is Patterson, and the Vikings and the Cats are tied at 68 with 9:28 to go. Corsi, left of the circle, guarded by Patterson. Hooks it right side to Jackson, guarded by White. Between the circles to Babbitt. Babbitt down the slot, lays it up, good. Babbitt went down the slot and got the basket. He has 8 points. Cats trail by 2. Billy Patterson, left of the circle to Malu, right to Skratsky. Out front to Billy Patterson, long three-pointer, short. Rebound Collins. It's a 4-on-2. Collins shovels it to Jackson. Now the Cats are back on defense. Jackson loops it into Tigner, baseline, lays it up left-handed, no good. Rebound Malu to White, up court to Patterson. Patterson left of the lane, back out to White. Long three-pointer, won't go. Rebound to Corsi. He runs the other way. Corsi shovels it off to Jackson, who lays it up. Beautiful fast break there for the Vikings, who lead by 4, 72-68. Kyle White gives right to Skratsky, three-point range. Out front, Anderson, left to Billy Patterson. Patterson looking in, but gives it to Skratsky. He gives it into Anderson. Turnaround short jump shot, no good. He gets his own rebound. Short jumper is good, and he's fouled. And Anderson with a second effort. He is fouled as he took the shot by Jackson, who picks up his third foul. They've all come here in the second half. Wayne State down by 2, 72-70. But Anderson will have a chance now to cut that deficit to just a point, as Dan will go to the free throw line to attempt to complete the three-point play. 8:11 to go. Wayne State trails by 2, 72-70. Dan, the 6'5 sophomore out of Chicago, shooting at the basket at the north end. And the free throw is up and it's way short. Hit the front of the rim, rebound Corsi. The Vikings have it. They have a 2-point lead. Corsi races in on the left side, still has the dribble. Hands the ball out front now to Pozowski, who's in the ball game. On the left side, Babbitt, left to the baseline. Jump shot up and good from about 15 feet out. Babbitt with his 10th point. Vikings again by 4, 74-70. Ryan, right side to Patterson. Patterson out front to Ewing. Long three-pointer. Good! Brad Ewing with a big three-pointer from out front. And the Cats are down by just a point. Confidence builder there, I'm sure, for Brad. 74-73. Wayne State trails by a point. 7.5 minutes to go. Corsi, right sideline, circle high, guarded in there by Billy Patterson. Sees it in the right-hand corner. Brzezowski. He bounces in. Ball knocked away, but the Vikings get it back. Here, right into the hands of Billy Patterson. Patterson to Omar Clark. Lays it up in the end. Nice fast break. Omar Clark with the basket, and the Cats have grabbed the lead. Laid up now by Collins. Good, and the Vikings get the lead right back at 76-75 with 7 minutes to go. Omar Clark drives from the right side, lays it up. No good. He missed everything. Rebound taken by Collins. They race the other way to the Vikings. Collins right of the circle. In the right-hand corner, Corsi. Right of the lane. Carries up a shot from the right. No good. Rebound on the floor taken by Brad Ewing. Ewing has it for the Cats, who trail 76-75. 6:40 to go. Omar Clark in the paint. Drives, lays it up. No good, and we have a foul. Omar Clark really came up a little bit short on that shot. And I think he's also going to be hooked. No, the foul will be on Ryan. On Ryan, that is his third. 76-75. Wayne State trails by a point with 6:36 to go. And the action will be at the free throw line at the far end, where Tigner will go to the free throw line. 6:36 to go. 76-75. The Vikings by a point as Nate Parks will check into the lineup for Wayne State, and Brad Ewing, nope, he won't come out. Instead, it'll be Greg Ryan. Tigner at the line is 4 for 4 tonight. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. Wayne State has committed 8 fouls here in the second half. Tigner shooting at the far end. Free throw is up and rolls around, got the good roll, and it dropped in. They were 14 of 15 at the free throw line in the first half. They have missed 2 here in the second half. They lead by 2, 77-75. Second free throw good by Tigner, as Fossbender is in the ball game, and Tigner will come out. Wayne State trails by 3, 78-75, with 6:36 to go. They'll have to play it south to north against full court pressure. Brad Ewing will inbounds, does so to Nate Parks. Parks picked up in the backcourt by Babbitt, and then the ball is lost out of bounds by Nate Parks as he tried to dribble up court. Just simply let the ball get away, and the Vikings will get it in their forecourt near sideline up by 3, 78-75, 6:32 to go. Collins will inbound. Collins looking, loops it into Fossbender. Fossbender left to the circle, left-hand corner Collins. Guarded by Ewing, gets away, grabs the baseline, scoops it up, no good. Rebound is out of bounds by the Vikings. Wayne State will play at the length of the court, trailing by 3, 78-75. Here come the Cats against full court pressure. Brad Ewing leaves the ball for Clark, who's picked up by John Ruff, who's in the ball game for the first time. Clark gets away from him, goes into the lane, then throws the ball here to the near sideline, knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Terry Maylou is in the ball game, and coming out will be Rollman. Brad Ewing will inbounds from near the Wayne State bench down below us. John Ruff in the ball game for the first time for the Vikings. Ewing gets it into Mitchell. Mitchell goes into the paint, bounces underneath to Maylou, who blew an easy layup. Deep rebound taken by Ewing, who gives it underneath to Parks, who lays it up and in. Nate Parks with a big basket, and Wayne State has regained the lead, I believe, at 79. No, they're still down by a point, 78-77. With the ball out front, Fossbender facing the basket, gives right to Babbitt. Babbitt from the free throw line, off balance, 15-footer, no good. Terry Maylou with a rebound. Maylou against Fossbender, needs help, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Fossbender. 5:35 to go. Wayne State trails by a point, 78-77. Cats led at halftime by 5, 46-41. Brad Ewing gets it into Mitchell, and now we're going to have a foul charged on Omar Clark as they try to inbound the ball. Omar Clark simply pushed one of the Vikings to the floor. He pushed John Ruff to the floor, and Ruff will go to the free throw line, seeking his first point of the ball game. 5:35 to go, 78-77. John Ruff at the line. He's a freshman out of Papillion. Stands 6'1". Puts him up there left-handed. Free throw is good. If the Vikings win this ball game tonight, free throws will have made the difference. The Cats have missed 5 here in the second half. Ruff's second free throw, no good. Rebound to Dan Anderson. Cats trail by 2, 79-77. Kyle White picked up by Ruff. Bounces left side to Mitchell. Into Anderson. Turnaround 12-footer won't go. Rebound Fossbender. Clears it away on the right side to Babbitt. Babbitt in the lane, 14-foot jumper, got the good roll. Babbitt with the big basket, and the Vikings lead by 4, 81-77 with 5:10 to go. Right side, Mitchell, long three-pointer is no good. Rebound taken by the Vikings. Corsi, they play catch with it. Ruff leaves it underneath for Fossbender. His shot up, no good, but he was fouled. Fossbender is fouled. And the foul is going to be on Terry Maylou. That's his 4th. Billy Patterson, who has 4 fouls, checks back into the ball game. Greg Ryan will come in now for Maylou. Wilde comes back in for the Vikings. 81-77, Vikings by 4. Their biggest lead was 7 with 15 minutes to go. Fossbender at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2. Not sure whether he'll shoot the 1-and-1 or shoot 2. He'll shoot 2. Fossbender's first free throw is good. 82-77. Cats are 0 for 5 at the free throw line in the second half. They trail now by 5. Fossbender's second one, a little bit too strong. Rebound to Billy Patterson. Cats down by 5 with 4:52 to go. Kyle White, left of the circle, 3-point range. Looking in, still dribbling, looks in, but needs help out front from Ewing. Ewing near the top of the circle, back left side to White. Now we have a grabbing foul. Foul will be on Fossbender, and that'll be his 4th. That's only, I believe, their 16th foul of the second half, so the Cats will inbounds baseline left of the basket. Wayne State down by 5, 82-77 with 4:42 to go. Tigner is in, Fossbender will come out. Brad Ewing will inbounds baseline left of the basket. Throws it way out front to Billy Patterson. 16-footer from the circle is good. Billy Patterson with 16 points. Cats down by 3. Wilde will try to get it inbounds. Does so to Ruff, who's being chased by White. Brings it across the dividing line on the right side. Vikings with the ball in a 3-point lead. 4:26 to go. Ruff heads to the right-hand corner. Back out to Tigner. Top of the circle to Corsi. Shovels it left underneath to Brzezowski. Loose, laid up by Wilty. Good. Wilty got the loose ball underneath as everybody seemed to quit. And the Vikings again by 5 with 4:08 to go. Ryan shovels it right. Patterson drives, lost the ball, but he was fouled by Brzezowski. Brzezowski picks up the foul. That is the 7th, so that means the 1-1 as the Cats finally go to the line. But the Cats have committed 10 fouls, so that means the Vikings will be shooting 2 every time they go to the free throw line. Wayne State trails by 5, 84-79 with 4:04 to go, as Omar Clark will come into the ball game and Brad Ewing will go out. At the line, Billy Patterson celebrating his birthday today. Billy will shoot the, not sure whether he'll shoot the 1-1. He's 2 for 3 at the line. As we mentioned, Wayne State has missed its first 5 free throws here in the second half. Billy at the line, here's the free throw. He drilled out when he earns the bonus. Wayne State down by 4, 84-80 as Tony Collins will check in for the Vikings and Brzezowski will go out. 4:04 to go. Wayne State down by 4 after leading by 5 at halftime, trailed by as many as 7 here in the second half. Billy Patterson at the line has 17 points. Free throw is rolling around, drops in. He has 18. Cats trail by 3. Jackson is in the ball game for the Vikings. He'll have to play against full court pressure. The big guy, Scott Wilde, will put it in play, try to get it in over Dan Anderson. Running along the baseline, finally bounces in, knocked out of bounds by Patterson. It'll still belong to the Vikings, who lead by 3, 84-81, 4:04 to go. Wilde will try again. This time gets the ball in to Corsi, pinned down in the far corner, hooks it ahead in the middle to Tigner. Across the dividing line, shovels it left to Collins. Long two-pointer is short. Rebound Omar Clark, and he is fouled by Tigner. Tigner commits his 3rd foul as they battle for the rebound. 3:53 to go in the ball game. Wayne State trails by 3, 84-81. You're in tune with KTCH AM and FM in Wayne, Nebraska. High school basketball action tomorrow night. It will be Lowell Concord boys playing at Wayne. Mike will have the call of that one for you. As Omar Clark will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Omar has 6 points. He's hit 3 baskets. They've all come here in the second half. 84-81 as Omar's first free throw is right through the bottom. And now the Cats are starting to warm up at the free throw line. Trail by 2, 84-82. Led by 5 at halftime, trailed by as many as 7. Terry Maylou will check back in for Wayne State at the next opportunity. Clark's second free throw is good. Here's Maylou back in the ball game. It's a 1-point game at 84-83. Ryan out, Maylou in. Wilde again will try to inbounds over Dan Anderson. Kind of shuffling along the baseline, finally gets it into Jackson. Jackson being chased by Omar Clark, but hurries into the forecourt in front of the Viking bench. Weaves back out front. He's trapped now and bounces the ball right in the hands of Billy Patterson. Patterson against Wilty, lays it up and in. Billy Patterson gives the Cats an 85-84 lead. Cats pressuring in the backcourt. Corsi being chased. Long lead pass now to Collins. Collins pauses at the right of the lane. Then leads back out with the dribble. Back to Corsi. Corsi has it for the Vikings, who now trail by a point. Tigner out front left, top of the circle to Jackson. Jackson has a shot clock down to 14. Corsi's long three-pointer, good. Corsi with a clutch three-pointer from the right. And the Vikings are back in front by 2, 87-85 with 3:07 to go in the ball game. On the right side to Billy Patterson, and it goes to Anderson, short jumper, good. And Anderson from the right, and the Cats have tied the ball game at 87. Corsi against Patterson. Corsi carries it up and in. Corsi with another key basket right there for the Vikings, who again lead by 2, 89-87 with 2:45 to go. Omar Clark loops it into Anderson underneath. Short jumper, no good. Own rebound. Hooks it over his head, no good. Deep rebound is tapped out to Clark. Clark has it for the Cats, and then he's fouled by Collins. Collins commits his second foul. 2:36 to go in the ball game. Wayne State trails by 2, 89-87. Couple of key baskets by Corsi. One of those a three-pointer for the Vikings. 2:36 left to go. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Wayne State. Wayne State has hit about 4 of 9 free throws here in the second half. However, they have hit their last 4 in a row. And Omar Clark will go to the free throw line. Omar has 8 points. They've all come here in the second half. He is 2 for 2 at the line. 89-87. We'll have a couple of substitutions at the next opportunity. Omar's free throw right through the bottom. Omar with 9 points, all are in the second half. Nate Parks in for the Cats. Fossbander in for the Vikings. Dan Anderson out for Wayne State, and Wilde leaves the floor for the Vikings. So Omar Clark at the line can tie it up with 2:36 to go. Omar, the junior out of Joliet, Illinois. Pretty good touch. Free throw right through the bottom, and we're deadlocked at 89 with 2:36 to go in the ball game, as the Vikings will play it as north to south against full court pressure. In it goes to Corsi. Corsi across the dividing line. Corsi shovels it left to Collins. Collins to Jackson out front left. Jackson has the ball in his left hip, being guarded by White. Dribbles to the sideline, then comes back out front. They try to trap him, but he gets the ball to Fossbender. Fossbender left baseline, bounces to Collins. Collins brings it back out front, bounces to Corsi. Corsi, top of the circle to Fossbender, guarded by Parks. Shot clock down to 8. Collins, three-point range on the left side. Collins left of the circle, puts up a long two-pointer. It's no good. Rebound, last touched by the Vikings as Fossbender and Jackson battled for it. We're at 89-89 with 2 minutes to go in the ball game, as Anderson and Malu are in for Wayne State. And coming out, Greg Ryan and Nate Park. 2 minutes exactly to go. We're deadlocked at 89. Cats play at the length of the court against pressure. Malu has to get it in. Does so in the backcourt to Anderson. Anderson to Kyle White. Kyle starts up the court, picked up by Collins at center court. We're deadlocked at 89 with 1:50 to go. Clark bounces to Anderson, fell to the floor, has to throw it right into the hands of Jackson. Up court to Collins. Collins shovels it to Corsi. Shot knocked away by Billy Patterson. No goaltending call. Omar Clark leaves it for Malu, lays it up in the air. Malu the trailer, and Wayne State leads 91-89 with 1:29 to go. Here come the Vikings, down by 2. I think the Cats got away with the goaltending with 1:23 to go. The Vikings call timeout. We'll take one as well. Wayne State leads by 2. We'll be back after these words from our KTCH Sport. They have gotten away with the goaltending at the far end, and then they got the basket down at this end by Malu to give the Cats that 2-point lead, 91-89. The Vikings will have the ball at center court here at the near sideline. They're going north to south. 91-89, 1:23 left to go. Collins will put it in play for the Vikings. The Vikings trailed at halftime by 5. All right, Jackson has it. Guarded by White, dribbling between the circles, moving to the right. Gives it the sideline to Corsi. Corsi comes out front. Around the left side to Collins. Collins guarded by Clark. Left-hand corner, Fossbender loops it in underneath. And let's see, loose on the court. And the Cats almost had it, but Billy Patterson was standing out of bounds. 1:05 to go. 91-89. Wayne State leads by 2, but the Vikings have the ball. Baseline, left of the basket. Jackson will inbounds. Does so to Corsi. Corsi left of the basket. Gives it to Jackson. Jackson loops it in to Tigner. Baseline, short jumper, won't go. Gets his own rebound, lost it. Lost it to White. Up court, the ball is knocked out of bounds by Corsi as the pass was intended up court to Billy Patterson. 51 seconds to go in the ball game. Wayne State will have the ball near sideline, forecourt. 91-89. Billy Patterson will inbounds. Does so to Kyle White. White moving to the left between the circles. Feeds it right now to Patterson. Cats will probably take some time off the clock. Omar Clark out front. Loose defense right now by the Vikings. Billy Patterson between the circles. Shot clock down to 18. Omar Clark right of the circle, 3-point range. Dribbles it back out front. Half a minute to go. Wayne State by 2. Shot clock down to 8. Billy Patterson trying to make a move. Goes into the paint. 14-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Fossbender. He bounces it away to Jackson. Jackson's up to Collins. 17 seconds to go, and the Vikings will call timeout with 14 seconds to go. They're down by 2. We'll be back after these words from some of our great sportscasters.
Marty Summerfield at the State National Insurance Agency at 112 East 2nd in the...
The Cats caught him at 89, and now Wayne State leads 91-89. The Vikings have not scored for at least 2 minutes and 12 seconds because they had 89 points with 2:36 to go, and they still have 89 with 14 seconds to go. All right, we may be in for overtime. We've had one of those already this year. Collins will inbounds from the near sideline. All right, here we go with 14 seconds to go. Collins gets it into Jackson. Jackson between the circles, dribbling. We're down to 10 seconds. Jackson dribbling out front. Moves to the left, spins into the paint, spins, turns around, jump shot up, no good. Rebound taken at the baseline by the Vikings, and 2 of them battle for the ball. No, there was a cat there, and apparently that's it. The horn has sounded, so the Cats hold on to win it out here as they win it over the Vikings as they did a year ago by just 2 points. 94, and they press. With the ball is West on the left side to Watson, ahead to Casey Gates. Casey Gates leaves it now for Watson out front on the left side. Watson dribbles and bounces between the circles to Michael Parks. 1:40 to go in overtime. Chad West into Casey Gates. Underneath, Watson lays it up and in. A beautiful feed to Ricky Watson for the basket. And the Cats lead 96-95 with 1:28 to go in overtime. Around the left side to McCoy, in the lane to Shaw. Shaw feeds it to Norton, to McCoy. McCoy between the circles to Boddington, guarded by West. Around the left side to Shaw, guarded by Watson. Into Hilliard, turnaround 6-footer. No good. Rebound, Casey Gates. Casey Gates clears it away to Watson with 1:07 to go in overtime. Wayne State with the ball in a 1-point lead. Dusenberry to Watson to West to Gates. Gates baseline. Back out front. It's knocked away. Stolen by Norton. Being chased by West. Lays it up. It's good. Norton with a big basket there. Turnover that's costly for Wayne State. They trail 97-96 with 47 seconds left to go in overtime. Dusenberry almost walked. Finally gets it to Gates. There's a luck of the Ivories right there. With the ball is Parks between the circle. We're down to 35 seconds. Parks right of the lane. Feeds to Dusenberry. Baseline Parks. Parks lays it up. Blocked by Hilliard. Taken by McCoy. 24 seconds, 23 left to go. 20 seconds left to go. The Raiders have the ball in a 1-point lead as West commits the foul he had to, and that is his 5th, and he'll foul out of the ball game with 13 points. Chad West fouls out with 16 seconds to go in overtime. They had to stop the clock. 97-96, a costly turnover against Wayne State. Actually good defenses. I think back now in my mental picture here, it was kind of a blocked shot, and then a good hustle up court by the Raiders, who lead at 97-96 with 16 seconds left to go in overtime, and going to the line will be Boddington. Boddington at the line is 1 for 2. And he will shoot 2 here as both teams are over the limit of 10. 16 seconds to go. Boddington at the line. He's a freshman out of Rhode Island. He's 6'3". Now we have timeout called by Wayne State. We'll take one too, and we'll be back after these words on the Wayne State College Wildcat Sports Network.
Green Rexall is now a Medicap pharmacy and is at a new location at 202 Pearl Street in downtown Wayne. For care, convenience, and savings for you, it's Medicap Pharmacy at 202 Pearl Street, downtown Wayne.
Magnuson Eye Care in Wayne's Dearborn Mall believes a thorough eye examination should be part of every child's back-to-school ritual. See Magnuson Eye Care in Wayne.
Visit Gary Pick and the crew at Logan Valley Implement in Wayne for quality service and equipment. Nothing runs like a Deere, a John Deere, that is.
Wayne State College happy to be a sportscaster and sponsor of this athletic event.
Wayne State College, we'd like you to be here.
Seconds left to go in overtime. The Raiders of Fort Lewis lead it by a point, and when we come back to action, it's going to be at their free throw line. Boddington will go to the line with a chance to really put the pressure on the Cats in this one. He'll shoot two. 16 seconds left to go in overtime. Wayne State forced it to overtime by hitting a basket with 6 seconds left to go, tying it at 87. 16 seconds left to go here in overtime. Boddington will go to the line. The crowd going to try to give him as bad a time as possible. First free throw is no good. First one is no good. He walks away from the free throw line. The crowd, of course, the students at least on the lower level. Second free throw is good, and they have a 2-point lead with 16 seconds to go. Michael Parks in the backcourt. They trap him, but he gets it to Kushak. Ahead to Dusenberry. To Gates. Lays it up, no good, but he was fouled by Hillier. Hillier picks up his 4th foul, but you put a lot of pressure now on Casey Gates. With the Cats down by 2 points with 8 seconds left to go. Casey Gates will go to the free throw line for a couple. Casey canned 4. His last 4. He missed 2 in the first half. He canned 4 in the second half. Going to the line for the first time in overtime. He tied up the ball game, as I recall, at 87, and he could tie it up here with a couple of free throws. Casey Gates just coming back after being out of action with a broken hand. Casey will shoot 2. Crowd goes rather quiet as Casey's first one is too strong. And now the Cats, I think, are going to call a timeout. Wayne State would like to call a timeout. They've got to talk over what they want to do here. So we'll take a timeout as well with 8 seconds to go in overtime, 98-96, and we'll be back in a couple of moments.
Descher's Appliance in downtown Wayne is the place to buy your General Electric home appliances. For all your GE products, it's Descher's Appliance in Wayne. Your Big A Auto Parts store in Wayne is Wayne Auto Parts. See Larry and the crew for all your Big A shock absorbers and parts for all cars and trucks. Wayne Auto Parts, where they believe in good service.
With a State Farm Family Insurance Checkup, you can get a no-cost, no-obligation review of your insurance coverages and needs. See State Farm agent Rusty Parker in Wayne.
98-96, 8 seconds left to go in overtime. Casey Gates gets one more free throw. You really wonder, and we maybe hope we remember to talk to Mike Bruin about it. You almost got to purposely miss this free throw, because if you make it, you're still down by a point. Then you have to foul, and you give the other team 2 chances at the free throw line. And some time has to go off of the clock. Let's see how they play it right here. 98-96 with 8 seconds to go, and Casey Gates at the line to shoot the second free throw. Wayne State was up by 3 here in overtime, as coming into the ball game now is John Feil, a sophomore from Aztec, New Mexico. He did not play too much in the first half. He comes back out on the floor. I don't know, for some reason they say that he has to stay out until after the free throw. I guess they didn't motion him on the floor. Now he walks back to the sideline. But let's see what happens here, how they're going to play this one. Casey Gates at the line. Do you have to purposely miss it, or do you make it? He missed it. Rebound on the floor, out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Todd Dusenberry, I believe. So it'll go over to Fort Lewis with 6 seconds left to go, and McCoy will put it in play. McCoy will try to get it in play. McCoy calls timeout. Well, we're going to keep it here right now and just kind of review what has happened in this ball game. Wayne State's last lead in the first half was at 22-20. They trailed at halftime by the score of 48-42.
They did not take another lead until we got into overtime when they hit the first free throw to go ahead 88-87. They were up 90-87, and right now with just 6 seconds to go in the overtime period, Fort Lewis has a 2-point lead, and they will put the ball in play. They'll have to go the length of the court from north to south. Free throws, the Cats in this overtime period have made 5. They have missed 5. So they're 5 of 10 at the free throw line here in the overtime period. Game was tied 87 going into overtime. We'll have action again tomorrow night. Adams State will be here. The women's game at 5:30. The men's game at about 7:30. We'll have the broadcast of the men's game. Mike Gross will be here tomorrow morning at about 11:30 on AM for the Lewis and Clark Girls Championship game. Then we'll have Nebraska basketball on AM, and then we'll have Wayne State men's basketball action tomorrow night. All right, it'll be Greg will put it in play from in front of the Wayne State band. Does so, gets it in immediately to McCoy, who was fouled by Michael Parks. Parks, I believe, will be going to the bench right now. Let's see, that is 5 on Parks, who leaves with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 24 points unofficially for Michael Parks, who fouls out with 5 seconds to go. Chad West fouled out with 16 seconds to go. 2 of the regulars for Fort Lewis fouled out in regulation play. Noah with 7:16 to go, and Grafe with 4:58 to go, as McCoy will go to the free throw line. McCoy at the free throw line is 1 of 2. He has unofficially 13 points. 5 seconds left to go in overtime, as McCoy will shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is no good. I don't know if Wayne State has any timeouts remaining, but you can bet if he misses this one, they'll stop the clock immediately. McCoy puts him up there left-handed. Second free throw is no good. Rebound, Dusenberry has it. Apparently they don't have any timeout. Dusenberry throws it up. Oh, he was fouled by McCoy. McCoy fouls Dusenberry, and Dusenberry will shoot 2 free throws with no time remaining. So the Cats had no timeouts left, and Dusenberry is fouled by McCoy, who fouls out of the ball game with 13 points. Now you talk about pressure free throws. If Dusenberry hits both of these free throws, that'll mean we'll go into a second overtime period. Dusenberry has 6 points. He has 3 baskets here in the second half. If he misses the free throw, the ball game is going to be over. We have timeout called by Fort Lewis with no time remaining on the clock. 98-96. Todd Dusenberry will go to the line to shoot 2. Of course, if he misses the first one, I'm thinking that the game is over, because they have no chance to get any closer unless he just shoot the second free throw to make it a 1-point game. Well, it's been an interesting evening here at Rice Auditorium. It's going to be a tough one for either club to lose, of course. Out at Durango, Wayne State lost by 10, 100-90. Right here, they trail by 2 with no time remaining on the clock, and Todd Dusenberry to go to the free throw line. Dusenberry will be shooting at the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's an 87% free thrower. He has hit 52 of 60 coming into this ball game. Talk about pressure free throws. There can be no more pressure on a young man than Todd Dusenberry is going to face right now. Todd Dusenberry in that loss at Fort Lewis was the leading scorer for Wayne State. He scored 19 points in that 10-point loss. I'm not sure now, this is a situation that I'm not sure whether he'll shoot both free throws or just have to shoot one. And I think that he's going to have to go to the free throw line. Boddington will check in for the fellow McCoy who fouled out. But there's going to be nobody at that end of the court except the 2 officials and Todd Dusenberry. Todd Dusenberry standing there, the junior from Aurora, Colorado, would like to beat the kids from Colorado. Todd bends at ease. A free throw is no good, and that means I don't know if he's even going to shoot. I guess he'll shoot the second one, but it's very academic. A free throw that means absolutely nothing, as Todd Dusenberry will shoot the second one and drills that one, so it becomes a 1-point victory, a 1-point win for Fort Lewis as they win.